What is going on, y'all? It is the Caveman back at it again with another video. Today is a humongous day, not only because there is NFL football on, but also because online sports betting has been legalized here in New York State. Of course, unfortunately, now that the year is coming to an end, that's when it's began to be legalized, and I think I probably could have made some money doing it this year because I think I've done a pretty damn good job. But before we get into it, you guys know the drill around here. Mott's applesauce, if you're ever hungry, thirsty, whatever it might be, Mott's applesauce will satisfy whatever satisfy you need to satisfy. The Caveman guarantee. I promise it will never fail ya. Let's get into my Week 18 picks, people. I can't believe the regular season's over. It is actually stupid how quick it went. All right, so let's check in on how I did the week prior. I went 13-3, which is one of my better weeks. That moves my overall record to 163-80-1. It's been a pretty damn good year, if I do say so myself. Let's see if we can finish off the season on a high note. And this might get a little dicey because some teams aren't playing for anything. Some teams are trying to get in the playoffs. So it's going to be a little bit tougher to make these picks because some teams probably won't even be playing their entire starting lineups. All right, so the first game we have on tap today on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. we have the Kansas City Chiefs and Denver Broncos going at each other in a divisional matchup. The last time these two teams faced off, it wasn't the slaughter that you'd expect it to be for the Chiefs against the Broncos. Last time these two teams played, that game was in Arrowhead, and Patrick Mahomes did not have the easiest time passing on that Broncos secondary, but I don't think he's going to have any issues this time around. The Broncos are playing for next to nothing. On top of the fact that Teddy Bridgewater is not starting, it will be Drew Lock, which I think could be beneficial for them. But at the end of the day, I think the Chiefs are going to go in to Mile High Stadium and get the job done. Next up, we have another divisional matchup, which we have a lot of this current week. The Dallas Cowboys travel to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Both of these teams are already in playoff spots, but still, there are seeding implications at hand. Cowboys are favorites, and that is who I'm going to go with, but this could get dicey really, really quickly. The Cowboys are missing a lot of guys. They're missing Tony Pollard, they're missing Tyron Smith. Micah Parsons, I believe, will be out, as well as Trayvon Diggs. They're going to be missing a lot of superstar power on their roster that they're used to having. The Philadelphia Eagles have a big chance here to take a victory at the end of the year to go into the postseason on a high note. With that being said, I'm just not ready to go with the Eagles here. I still think the Cowboys are the more experienced team with the better offense that should be able to still get the job done. Now that I look at it, every single matchup is a divisional matchup this week, and I'm sure that was done on purpose. Either way, first game on Sunday at 1 p.m., we have the Green Bay Packers traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions. I don't care if Kurt Benkirk was the starting quarterback for the Packers this week. I still give them the victory over the Lions. I thought the Lions were going to put up more of a fight against a struggling Seattle Seahawks, but they went out there and had a 50-burger put up on their head. Spread is only -3 in favor of the Packers because, you're probably expecting some rest to be had for some starters at some point in this game, but who knows? I mean, if you want to get cute, you want to take the Lions, be my guest. Once again, I'm taking the safe route. I'm not going to get too stupid, and I'm going with the Packers. Next up, we have a Toil Bowl matchup as the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings go head-to-head. Neither of these teams have anything to play for. The Minnesota Vikings have been one of the biggest disappointments all season. I would put them in the top 3 of disappointing teams this year. The amount of talent they have, I mean, it's quite amazing that they still finished where they did. I expect this team, along with the Chicago Bears, to go through some heavy renovations in the coaching staff going into next season. Either way, to my knowledge, Andy Dalton is starting for the Bears. I'm not sure if that really helps or hurts them, but I'm going to go with the much more talented Minnesota Vikings on their own home field. Oh, here we go. Here's a game that actually matters. The Jacksonville Jaguars will be hosting the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts really need this game if they want to make it into the playoffs. This is a big game for them. Granted, they really shouldn't have that much of a problem. I expect Jonathan Taylor to run over the Jacksonville Jaguars single-handedly. I think I would give the Lions a better chance to win this game than I would the Jaguars. But the crazy thing is, if the Colts somehow were to lose this game, and then both the Raiders and the Chargers decided to knee the ball out for an entire 60 minutes, and they tied, that would mean the Colts are eliminated and both the Raiders and the Chargers are in. So that's pretty nuts. I doubt that's going to happen because that would require the Colts to lose and then the Chargers and the Raiders to pretty much humiliate the entire NFL by tying a Week 18 football game. So it's very unlikely, but a crazy scenario if it were to happen. Next up, we have another game that actually has something at stake. The Houston Texans are hosting their neighbor, the Tennessee Titans. Now, the last time these two teams faced off, the Texans got the best of them. If the Titans lose this game and the Chiefs win their game, the Chiefs take the top spot spot in the AFC. If the Titans take care of business against the Texans, that would mean that they secure the top spot in the AFC. So this game actually is a lot at hand. But the Titans are coming in on a pretty hot 2-game win streak after they came back against the 49ers and then rolled over the Miami Dolphins, who were playing for their lives to make it to the playoffs. So I expect them to take care of business here against the Texans, even though the Texans got the best of them the last time. Next up, we have another game that really doesn't matter to anybody, as the Washington football team traveled to New Jersey to take on the Giants. This game, it doesn't matter. I mean, the football team probably will win. Mike Glennon put on one of the worst quarterbacking performances I've ever seen last week against the Chicago Bears. Now, Glennon won't even be in this week because he got hurt, so now it's time for Jake Fromm, as somehow the Giants' offense gets worse. And yeah, I mean, the football team, if they can't win this game, then good God. Moving on, we actually have a game that will have some entertainment value to it, as the Baltimore Ravens host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I gotta say, I cannot believe the Ravens are favorites in this game. Steelers 100% need this game to stay alive. If they beat the Ravens, the Colts lose to the Jaguars, and the Raiders and the Chargers manage not to tie, then they will be in the postseason. Now, all three of these things happening are relatively unlikely, but still, it's there. So I just can't imagine taking a team that has nothing to play for against a team that's playing for their playoff lives. That just doesn't make sense to me, especially considering the fact that Big Ben's coming off of that massive win at Heinz Field, his last game at Heinz Field. He's on his last year tour right now, and he's trying to play as well as he can. I'd imagine that he's not going to go out there and completely blow his potential final game in the NFL. So the whole storyline thing, the Steelers needed the game. I don't know how you can pick the Ravens here, honestly. That's all I'm saying. For our final 1 p.m. game of the regular season, the Cincinnati Bengals will be traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. The Cincinnati Bengals are +6 in this game because they will be without Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon, and I am going to go with the Cleveland Browns. Even though they will be without Baker Mayfield, that's actually probably a benefit for them. I've taken the Browns so many times this year, and I have been let down so many times this year by taking the Browns. I don't know. The Browns, they're questionable. They're whack. I'm going to go with them. Hopefully they don't screw me over here. Into the afternoon matchups, we have another game with some playoff seeding implications, as the Miami Dolphins are hosting the New England Patriots. The Dolphins went into a game that they had to win last week to stay alive and completely laid the biggest egg I have ever seen. They pretty much went on that humongous win streak for literally nothing. And on that note, I will say that I think Brian Flores is one of the most overrated coaches in the entire NFL. This is the second year in a row that he had his team go into a must-win game to try and make the playoffs, and they completely laid an egg. It was 2 years ago where the Buffalo Bills absolutely rolled the Miami Dolphins in a must-win game for them, and we played our backups in the second half. And then this year, they played against the Tennessee Titans and got steamrolled in that game. I don't know what that's about, but Brian Flores, I just think he's extremely overrated. Nevertheless, on the New England Patriots, I think they'll 100% roll into this game and beat down on this demoralized Miami Dolphins team. They need this game for playoff seeding implications, as I mentioned before. And yeah, that's my reasoning for that. Next up, another AFC matchup right on tap. The Buffalo Bills are hosting the New York Jets. The spread is massive in this game, and that worries me. The New York Jets just barely lost to the reigning Super Bowl champions last week. The Buccaneers had a game-winning drive to take it away from them. I think this game is anticipated to be a blowout, but I really think it might be a little closer than everybody's expecting. And I guess that's my pessimism talking because I'm a Bills fan, and I've seen what's happened against bad teams this year, but we'll see, Hopefully I'm completely wrong. I think the Bills are 100% going to win this game. I just don't know if it's going to be in the fashion that it should be. Next up, we have an NFC South battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. I fully expect the Buccaneers to take care of business in this game, as they need the game and the Panthers don't. I feel like I need to share some condolences to the Panthers fan base because they went on a roller coaster of emotions this season that I don't even think they expected to experience. They traded for Sam Darnold in the offseason, and he started off amazing. They had a 3-0 start. They looked like they actually had the quarterback of the future. Things looked great. Then Sam Darnold started to suck, and then he got hurt. And everybody's like, oh shit, what are they going to do now? They go out and sign Cam Newton. He plays in 5 snaps against the Arizona Cardinals, who were on top of the world at the time, and Cam Newton scores 2 touchdowns, and they're like, oh my God, we have a quarterback. Things are going to be fine. And then Cam Newton begins to start a few games for them, and then he starts to suck, and the kingdom starts to crumble once again. I've had some hopes skyrocket to the sky just to have them tumble right back down to sea level. It's been a tough year for them. I hope they've figured things out because they really do have a young core there that could be successful in the near future. Moving into our final 4 games of the season, the Atlanta Falcons are hosting the New Orleans Saints. The Saints need this game. The Falcons don't. The Falcons needed the victory against the Bills last week to have a chance to make the playoffs this week. But yeah, they have have no opportunity now. The Saints are in the hunt, and they need this game. That's why I'm going to go with them. Now, this next game could get dicey. I don't know why. I don't know what's telling me this, but the Seattle Seahawks are sneaky devils. Russell Wilson is still Russell Wilson. Let's not get anything screwed up. The Arizona Cardinals are hosting the Seattle Seahawks. And, the Arizona Cardinals have been kind of wishy-washy near the end of the year here. And for some reason, I get a vibe that they could drop this game. No way, shape, or form am I bold enough to actually take the Seattle Seahawks. But just know that I said it. Just know that I had a suspicion. Every week, I have at least one game that gives me that stench of upset. And I think this is that game. The Seattle Seahawks, they're weird. I just think they could have a chance. They just absolutely decimated the Detroit Lions, which might not seem like it's much, but I don't think many teams have really beat down the Lions like they did last week, so it was kind of impressive. Not to mention that the Cardinals are hosting this game, which is typically a good thing, but for some reason the Cardinals have been abysmal on their own home field this year. I don't know what it is, and that's very bizarre, but they have. So that's just another reason why I feel like the Seahawks could win this game. But they need it. They need it a lot. The Cardinals do, so I'm going to take them here. One more game before the Sunday Night Football finale as the Los Angeles Rams host the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers got the best of the Rams earlier this season, and it really wasn't close. But I don't think that's going to be the case this time around. The first time these two teams met, I think the Rams were going through an identity crisis, and the 49ers were doing the complete opposite, and they were on a steamroll. But now I think the roles have been reversed. The 49ers are having quarterback problems. Jimmy Garoppolo has not only been playing horrible, but he's been hurt. I'm not sure if he's playing in this game, but if he plays or if Trey Lance plays, either one of them, they're going to get devoured by that Rams pass rush, and I think the Rams take care of business here pretty handily. Oh boy, in our Sunday Night Football big finale, this is going to be a great game. I'm glad that this is the Sunday night game. Yeah, this is the biggest game of the week without a doubt. The Raiders are hosting the Chargers for pretty much a playoff spot. At the end of the day, unless the Colts lose and they both decide to tie this game, there's a lot at stake here. I am going to take the Chargers here because they are the more talented team, and I think they're going to pull through here in crunch time. But I got to say, the Las Vegas Raiders have been through some shit this year, and Derek Carr, I love Derek Carr. The guy is amazing. He's been the spine, the backbone, the glue to that entire franchise, and he is the single reason why they are in the position they're in right now. Now, I thought the Raiders were going to be god-awful this year. Like, I'm talking 4 or 5 wins at the most, and they proved me wrong tremendously. And you know what? I'm glad for him. I'm happy for Derek Carr. After all the shit that this franchise has gone through, they deserve a little bit of an opportunity, and I think they're going to get it. I'm just not sure if they're going to take advantage. So, yes, I am going with the Chargers. Oh, yeah, those are my game picks for Week 18. I can't believe it's over. I can't believe the regular season's over. I mean, I still feel like we're talking about Week 4 right now, and I'm watching the Carolina Panthers go on a 3-game win streak, and the Buffalo Bills lost to the Steelers 2 weeks ago. I mean, shit just flies by, man. It's actually really scary, but those are my picks. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed, as always, please like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. If you want to hit the bell to be notified when I upload, I'd appreciate that. You can go over to Twitter, follow me over there. I'd appreciate that as well. TikTok that you should check out down in the description, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.